Everybody, welcome back to the Tony's Fix Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Giving out late place for today's card. And on today's show, we'll have a picture here from the NBA. It's another 7-game card for them from the NBA. Also picks from college basketball. We got an NHL guy in here today. We'll have some NHL for you. So, guys, appreciate it if you guys give us that that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. It really helps us build up our audience when you do that here on the show. And today, as I said, we'll have NBA. Appreciate everybody who joins us here on the Tony's Fix live show. Ron Hahn with us here in the chat, coming off a winning day yesterday there on the site. I had my only play come in as Cleveland gets my best set with Cleveland Cavaliers getting it done here against Orlando. Just seems that Orlando can't get things going without Franz Wagner in the lineup, and he's been missing again and again, shooting an issue there for this Orlando Magic team. And maybe this is what we talked about with this Cleveland Cavaliers team. Once they got to the halfway mark, they were going to turn it on, and that may be the case. Kind of like what Indiana did. If you remember 2 seasons ago, Indiana got off that super fast start and then faded down the stretch. Well, last year they kind of reversed the trend, right? They got really hot post All-Star break, and I'm thinking maybe this is exactly the script for the Cleveland Cavaliers. After a fast start last year and fade, maybe they're going to start in low gear and then kick it up here right at the halfway mark, kind of doing what an Indiana team did. So we'll see if that continues to be the case. I probably will be on Cleveland here moving forward. As I said, during the start of the season, when I kind of detected the team was not really playing at full capacity or playing very hard on the court, it just seems to me that the sense of urgency is on this Cavaliers team. Get out of that play-in round, just get into the top 6, and they'll have a good shot of advancing in the playoffs. As long as they get into the playoffs healthy. And maybe that's really the course of action there, is they want to be healthy as they get into the rounds there. So check it out here on the show. Welcome in, El Nino. Al, what's happening?
Hey, sorry, Tony. Just running a little late. Doing all right. Coming off a 1-0 day yesterday, so take my win and hopefully keep it rolling here.
Yeah, let's keep that thing rolling here as well over on the leaderboards as well as you'll find El Nino. So, all right, we'll get it going here in the NBA. We have a 7-game card. I kind of like what they're doing with the NBA. They're kind of going 7, 7, 8, 8, not losing their minds here. Maybe that's a good reason they got out of TNT. I think TNT wanted exclusivity and just give us 3 games on the card so people can just watch our games instead of the NBA League Pass or their home markets. But it just seems to me, I noticed a difference here with this change in this getting off TNT, that we're not getting those Tuesdays and Thursdays, El Ninos, when there's like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, well, take what I can get here. I also noticed a lot of people complaining about the UFC now no longer being a pay-per-view. They're like, yeah, you thought that was for free, but losing apparently certain shots there, and apparently was tons of ads there as well. So,
didn't bother me. That didn't bother me. All I want to see is the fights. I could care less about that stuff. Plus, I already have Paramount Plus. I don't know how I got it, but I have Paramount Plus, and all I want to do, I have multiple TVs. I'm watching all these games, and honestly, I don't have no volume on anything here. So I could care less about any sound coming from anywhere. I just want to see the fights, and once the bell rings, kind of like when I watch the Super Bowl, I know the Super Bowl starts at, was it 3:43 or whatever time it is? That's when I turn it on. I don't need to watch any pregame. I don't need to see any announcer or any announcing. I don't want to hear any sideline reporters. None of that stuff. Just show me the fights. So once the fights are on, that's all I want to see. So, but I know everyone's different, but I don't get caught up in all I need to see the walk-ins. I got to hear the music when he's walking in. I want to see that close-up shot of the fighter's face. I don't need that to get juiced up for a fight. I don't know. Maybe some people do.
Last look at your fighter before putting your bets in. I haven't watched actually much on UFC in a long time. I used to watch it quite a bit, but again, just more focused on these other sports now. But apparently, it was quite the card, though. So I guess
I watched it. I watched it. I thought the main event was good. That poor Irish guy took a beating. I thought he was in that fight, but it didn't have. Of course, I don't have all the names, but I watched the fights there. But pretty interesting. That heavyweight fight was a dud. I mean, there was really no skill set there from the American fighter. I believe Jamaican gets the win there, but and I watched some of the post game because these guys don't hold back, man. They just let it out, man. They tell you how it is. I kind of like that post game fight interview there. I forgot Shannon is his name. I forgot his name, but I'm not good with these names in UFC. But But though I thought it was an enjoyable card. There wasn't a whole lot going on at night anyway. On that Saturday night card, there was nothing in hoops, so there was no more football on Saturday. So there you go. Indeed. Yep. We'll see how we roll here with the NBA. So we had to start here. We'll start with the 4 games here, and then we'll go to 3. And we started off here with Trailblazers Wizards. We see Portland here favored 7.5, total 232. Kings and Knicks. It's the Knicks here, 13.5 now. This one's come up, total 231. Pelicans and Thunder. Thunder now 14.5, total 234. Bucks and Sixers. Sixers 10.5, total 219. Look at all these big lines here from these early games. Wow, goodness. Got some big line spreads here. We'll look at the injury report here. Portland, Washington. For Portland, no Scoot, no Murray, no Thibault, no Wesley. Avia and Weath are both questionable. For Washington, it's Bagley, Vukcevic, and Trae Young that are out. Coulibaly and Middleton here are questionable. For the Kings and Knicks, we've got Murray out. Levine, Monk are questionable. Knicks, a clean injury report coming into this game. Maybe that's what they settled up in the team meeting. Hey, guys, play hurt. Bucks and Sixers. Giannis, Porter, Prince out. For Philly here, we got Embiid, probable. George, questionable. And then we'll go over to New Orleans and OKC. Murray out for the Pelicans. Pelicans pretty clean. Just one person on the injury report, Murray. For the Thunder, it's been like this for most of the season here. Caruso, Hartenstein, A.J. Mitchell, Topic, the good Jalen Williams are out. Kaysen Wallace got hurt. He's on the questionable list there. Another one there for this Thunder team who go over to Al Ninos.
Yeah, you know me, guys. I don't really like laying these double-digit numbers. So a couple dogs I like here. I like the points with the Kings. Obviously, the Knicks are the better team here, especially if this one, if Zach LaVine ends up playing in this one. I think the Kings can keep it within single digits here. Yeah, I do expect the Knicks to win. But again, being minus 125 for them to win both halves, and I'd rather lay a little bit of juice for that than try to lay double digits. So I kind of like both plays here. Actually, I like the points better than that. Actually, I wouldn't be shocked to see the Kings up for some reason early. But yeah, I'd still rather do the both halves if I like the Knicks than lay all those points. Bucks, Sixers, obviously here, still no Giannis. He's going to be out for a while here for the Bucks, so they're going to have to get used to life without him. Now, they did just have a game postponed, so definitely got a rest advantage here over these 76ers that just played last night. So I do like that, and I do think they at least backdoor this one late. The Sixers either sit their starters or get gassed late. Yeah, of course, Paul George and Joel Embiid sat out last night, so they'll be fresh. Maybe look at their props a little bit. As probably a lot of the offense should be centered around these two guys today. But I think the Bucks can definitely keep it within the single digits. So I'll take the points to the Bucks there. And yeah, again, Thunder should win this one pretty comfortably at home, but not interested in laying 2 touchdowns. So small lean to the points of the Pelicans. And again, if you really had to back the Thunder, minus 140, I'm seeing for them to win both halves. Should get it done.
There from Al Ninos
like
here. Points there here. Yeah, I'm gonna be a lot of dogs for me today as well. I'm gonna go with the Wizards here. The Portland is a losing road team, laying 7.5 on the road with rest disadvantage. Trailblazers not shooting the threes very well over the past 2 weeks, giving 48% shooting overall. Don't only look at taking the points here with the Wizards. Kings and Knicks. I'm gonna go over the total here in this one. I don't trust the Kings 3-19 road team. Issue here. The Kings have been shooting the ball pretty well, 51%. 41% from 3 over the past 2 weeks. We need New York. They hit their threes here at home, but they're not very good at defending the 3-point line here. I look for a bit of a fast pace here because you got a soft defensive team in Sacramento. I think Brunson and company can really jam it to the hole here and get some things going. But I like the over in that one between Sacramento and New York. Pelicans and the Thunder. I'll take all those points with the Pels. Why not? OKC of late, just a 500 spread team. Here, Pelicans have covered 3 of 4 with good defense. And OKC has missed a cover in 2 straight. Bad 3-point shooting here for this Thunder team. It's been the case throughout most of the season here is OKC not making threes and not making their corner threes when you go deeper into the analytics. They're having issues with that corner 3. And you got to make that shot in the NBA. So they got to clean that up. We'll see if the Thunder is active here in the trade deadline, looking for a 3-point shooter, someone who could make a corner three. Because look, I'm not saying they're obviously favorites to win it all, but there is a blemish. There is definitely a blemish in their game right now. They got to correct. I'll look at the Pelicans at that big spot. Yeah, I agree with Al. Give me the rest advantage with Milwaukee. I know they're a mess, but man, I don't like what I'm seeing from the Sixers team. They just failed to cover 5 of 7 with poor shooting. It's also their third game in 4 nights. So I'll take the rested Bucks team here to cover that number. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show as we continue on here to close out NBA with these final 3. Pistons and Nuggets. Pistons on the road laying 7, 6.5 are popping up now. Total 217. Nets and Suns. It's the Suns 8.5, 8. Total 211.5. Late night Clippers and Jazz. The Jazz, the home team, are home dogs here. Clippers 8.5 on the road. Total 232. Let's take a look at the injury reports here from these slated games with Detroit and Denver. LeVert here is out for Detroit. And for Denver, we got Bates, Braun, Gordon, Johnson, Jokic here all out here for this Nuggets team. So Gordon, the big one, Braun, a starter, Cam Johnson, Jokic. Those are 4 starters in there out there. But we've been seeing Denver able to get things done here. Murray, Valanciunas, and Watson will be probable for Denver. We go to Brooklyn and Phoenix. We have no Clowney, no Highsmith. Martin is questionable. Trayer, we have a Nolan Trayer who had produced some points here. One of the younger guys, he's probable, as is Cam Thomas, probable for Brooklyn. For Phoenix, we know Booker is going to be out here with that sprained ankle, be out for a while here. He's out. Jalen Green here is questionable for Phoenix. Clippers and Utah, Bogdanovich, Jones, and Paul out. Paul has yet to been released. He should be soon. Leonard is questionable. That's the big one. Dunn also questionable here for the Clippers. Let's take a look. Let's take a closer look here. What's going on with Leonard in this one here? Key contributor added to the injury report. Bruised left knee is the issue there with Kawhi Leonard. Bruised left knee, questionable here. The team will monitor him and they'll determine before during the shoot around and warm ups. So it'll probably most likely be a game time decision here for Kawhi Leonard in that one. Markkanen is also questionable here for the Utah Jazz in this one. And out will be Keyonte George is out. He's a contributor. Niang is also out. Nurkic is doubtful. Love there is probable. Let's take a look here what Markkanen, the notes on Markkanen here. Conditioning. He's been ill, right? He's been ill for a while, but they want him to get his conditioning here. The team reported earlier yesterday that they expected him to take the court on Tuesday. So he's been, but I think he's been dealing with a virus, if I'm not mistaken. Illness, I think, has been his issue. But they point to him They point to him playing. It is questionable status, but yesterday they expected him to play. He was just being out for conditioning, trying to get back in condition after his illness. So I'm just guessing it's probably some flu. Probably got dehydrated. Got to get fluids back in him. Because he's missed, he's missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, missed 7 straight games. Last played on January, it was January 8th. Actually, he played January 12th for about 36 minutes. So, yeah, it's been a while. So they over 2 weeks out with illness. So we'll see if he comes back today because they're kind of pointing him to this game. We'll see what happens here. We'll start with El Ninos.
Yeah, I think shortness of breath was one of the symptoms there when I got sick as well. But yeah, so it sounds like, again, as you said, they expect him to come back today. How many minutes will he get, especially after all that reconditioning listing? That was the reason that he was out for the last few ones. So yeah, either way, I'll take as many minutes as I can get out of him, especially if Leonard sits this one out. I'm not interested in laying this type of number. And might start looking at the Clippers, but again, I just think the Jazz can keep this one somewhat competitive at home here. So small lean to the Jazz there with the points. And again, if Markkanen ends up playing, kind of like this one quite a bit. But again, how many minutes is he going to get? Probably not many. So, yeah. Anyways, either way, I like the points there with the Jazz. Probably actually get better value if he sits this one out because I'm really not expecting many minutes. But but either way, I like the Jazz there.
From El Ninos here, tell you what I think here about some of these games here. I'm going to be looking here. I'll look at taking Denver plus the points. Their defense has been pretty good. I just don't trust the Pistons' 3-point shooting here. They failed to cover 4 of 7. Poor shooting's the issue. Nuggets have covered 2 straight great defense over the past 2 weeks. Nuggets allowing just 45% shooting, 31% from 3. They're defending, so I'll look at them in that spot. Yeah, I don't trust the Nets. I know there's no Booker there, but man, this Nets team just looks horrible. The way they've played of late, they've lost 5 straight. The defense has been horrible. Look at the past 2 weeks for this Nets team hitting just 42%, but defensively giving up 51% shooting, 43% from 3. Yikes! I can only look here at the Suns on that one. Yeah, I go with down Ninos. I'll look at Utah here plus the points. I don't like the last 2 road games for this Clipper team. They've missed the cover in 2 straight on the road with poor shooting. Jazz pretty much a 500 team over the past 8 games to the spread. And they have shot the ball pretty well over the past 2 weeks at 50%. You got a shooter's chance to cover this one. I'll take them here at the plus price. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Turn our attention here to college hoops for today. Of course, we have a lot of makeup games, so we have some day games here on the board for you today. We do have some postponements as well. Notable postponement is Tennessee and Georgia there, and a lot of small conferences, a couple of small conferences there have been canceled or postponed. So in block 1 here, we knock it out in 2 blocks. We'll cover the games here, the degenerate game here at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll go all the way till 8:30 Eastern time. So the first block, it's 2 p.m. Eastern time all the way to 8:30 Eastern time. Let's see if we have some notable games here in this block. We certainly do here. Looking here at this board, Nebraska and Michigan's a big one today. It looks like Michigan's come down a bit. We're seeing some, well, we're not. We're seeing it opened 11.5. It's coming down to 10.5. We're seeing some 10s. We see 9.5 at circa right now. So that we're seeing a lot of Nebraska money coming in after that opener of 11.5. Virginia, Notre Dame, Virginia 9.5 on the road. NC State is laying 10.5 here against Syracuse. Big number there. What else we have? Arkansas, Oklahoma. Arkansas laying 2.5 on the road. Let's see what else we have in this one, in these games here. We're going to end here with K-State and West Virginia. West Virginia laying 9 in that one. Alabama, Missouri. Alabama laying 10.5. It's a big number. Stay here. George Washington, St. Louis here. St. Louis has been a hot team, a one-loss team laying 9.5 against George Washington. We start with Al Ninos.
All right, let me get situated here a little bit all over the place. Gonna look at this Michigan State Rutgers game. I like the under here. We got 2 teams that play at a slower pace, and Michigan State coming in at 15-5 to the under. Rutgers is 500 on its totals, but again, 2 teams playing at a very slow pace here, so I'll take the under. It's a pretty small number, so might be scary, but I think it's that small for a reason. Next up, we're looking at Arkansas. I think they go into Oklahoma and get the job done there. Just 1-3 on the road, so that is a little worrisome, but they've had a much better season overall, and I'd like them to get the job done there. Nebraska, Michigan. Yeah, this is definitely an interesting matchup here. You got an undefeated team getting double digits. I can get behind that, and also ended up on the under in this one. We got Michigan coming in at 12-7 to the under, Nebraska 14-6 to the under. Now Michigan does like to try to push the pace, but again, still trending to the under there, and Nebraska does like to slow it down. So I like the under in that one. And let me see what else we got in this block. I think that wraps it up for me in this one.
In block 1, all right, I tell you what I think here about some of these games here. I'm going to take the points here with Syracuse. Syracuse team here today at plus the 10.5 here. Syracuse is a pretty good shooting team in the ACC. 4th in effective field goal shooting, 39% from 3, 50% from 2, 53% from 2. They force turnovers on defense. They defend the 3 pretty well. This is an NC State team that has struggled on the glass, struggled shooting 2-point baskets here. They don't rebound very well in the ACC. And you look over the past month, the Orange 48% shooting, 39% from 3, and they're defending the 3 ball well. I'll take all these points here with Syracuse. You can only take the points with Nebraska in this one. And Cornhuskers have covered 4 of 5 with great shooting. Wolverines here they do have some warts. When you look at this Michigan team, they failed to cover 6 straight issues shooting the three-point shot. Nebraska against the Big Ten here have defended well. When you look at Michigan here, turn the ball over. They don't make their threes. They don't make their free throws at a lower percentage here. So some warts there on Michigan. But I'll look at Nebraska here to get the job done and cover that spread. I'm going to go ahead and take George Washington plus the 10.5 here against St. Louis. I think this line's too inflated. George Washington, a pretty good offensive team in the A10, second in offensive efficiency, 39% from three, 56% shooting from 2-point distance. They force turnovers defensively and allow 50% around the bucket. St. Louis here, they've struggled on the glass offensively in the A10, and they only make 68% of their free throws, and a team that does not force turnovers as well. George Washington last month in really good shooting form, 47%, 39% from three. I'll take all those points here with George Washington. I think it's a little inflated based on St. Louis's 19-1 record, but George Washington, a very good team in the A10, second in offensive efficiency. All right, let's continue here on Tony's Morning Show. As we continue on, and here we'll move on over to the games. The second block will be the games at 9 Eastern, all the way to our last game tonight, 11 Eastern time. Notable games here in this block would include Purdue, Indiana. Purdue laying 5 on the road. We're seeing 5.5 as well. Kentucky and Vandy. Vandy here laying 6.5. There's 7s. There's a 7.5 out there as well in that one between Kentucky and Vandy. Creighton, Marquette. Creighton laying a short number, just 2, 1.5 on the road against a struggling Marquette team. Grand Canyon, Nevada. Nevada 4.5 now in some spots and 4. And then Nevada, UNLV. I'm sorry, New Mexico, UNLV. New Mexico Lobos 5 on the road against UNLV. We start with Alnitos.
Yeah, I'm going to look at a couple of those that you mentioned here. First up, looking at Purdue, Indiana. Like an under in this one. You got Indiana coming in at 11-9 to the under. Purdue is also 11-9 to the under, and we got 2 teams that like to play at a slow pace here, so I'll take the under there. Next up, I was looking at St. Joe's here over St. Joseph's over Loyola. Loyola, Illinois, that is. I like St. Joseph's here to get the job done on the road. Now they haven't played well at all on the road, just 1-6, but again, just think they're the much better team and should be able to improve that record today. Creighton, Marquette. Do like Creighton here over, as you said, the struggling Marquette team. Again, another team that hasn't traveled particularly well, just 2-4 on the road, but again, I think they improved that record and not asking them to lay much of a number here. So I'll lay with Creighton there. And last but not least, like New Mexico, said laying the 5 there, but again, just been the better team. Just 3-3 on the road, but I think again they can improve their road record in that one against this UNLV team.
Yeah, UNLV is not look sharp, especially that Saturday game at San Diego State at home. Didn't look very good there. Yeah, I'll look here at Kentucky and getting all those points against Vandy. Vandy's missed the cover in 4 or 5. Poor defense for Vanderbilt. This is a Vanderbilt team that's given up 58% shooting from 2 against the SEC. Teams have been able to exploit that. They do that. These bad 2-point defense, these bad 2-point defensive teams are getting exposed, like Purdue and Vanderbilt. I think Kentucky will be able to go inside on them and score. That is a big issue there for this Vanderbilt team, is how they're weak in the paint. 5-game win streak for the Wildcats. I'll take Kentucky here. Yeah, I can only look at Creighton here to cover this short number. This is a really bad Marquette team. Creighton is first in offensive efficiency in the Big East. They hit 38% from 3, 57% from 2, and they make their free throws. A team that's strong on the glass and defends the 2. Marquette just 9th in offensive efficiency this year. Also 9th on the defensive side. Not defending here. Poorly rebounding, giving up 2-point shots. They fail to cover 5 of 6 with really bad defense. And I'll take Creighton there in that spot. I'll take Grand Canyon plus the points. Grand Canyon, number 1 in effective field goal defense in the Mountain West, giving up just 26% from 3, 47% from 2. They're a good 2-point shooting team in conference. And Nevada, not a very good 2-point shooting team in conference. So you got a team like Grand Canyon that can defend the 3. And then Nevada, not a very good team shooting inside. And a Nevada team that doesn't force turnovers. Their Antelopes have covered 5 of 6 with good defense. And Nevada over the past month shooting just over 44%. I'll take Grand Canyon and the points. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. We'll turn our attention over to hockey. What we do in this hockey segment is well, just give us what you got here from this NHL card for today. So we'll go over to El Ninos. El Ninos, NHL, give us what you got.
All right, let's. I guess we'll kick it off with one of my favorite plays here. As I like to say, I'll be rooting for my Kings, but don't think it's a spot I can back them here. The Red Wings just playing the better hockey. I think we're getting a very decent press on them here at home. So I'll lay it there with the Red Wings. Like the Panthers here going up against a Mammoth team that's been playing pretty well, but will be playing its second game in 2 nights after a tough 2-0 loss there to the Lightning. So maybe they were looking ahead a little bit to this game, but again, this Panthers team is getting healthier now, and I think they come out and get the job done here with the rest and home ice advantage. Yes, a little juicier than we'd like, but again, I'd lay a little bit on the puck line here to bring that juice down there. You could just take them in regulation if you prefer that play. Golden Knights going over to Montreal there. Now they're coming off another an ugly loss there, 7-1 in Ottawa, but I think that's a pretty good bounce back spot for them. They kind of haven't been playing particularly well, so Golden Knights were starting to heat up before taking that loss. So I like the Golden Knights there to bounce back in that one. Jets, Devils. I'm going to take a shot on these Jets. Again, they haven't been too trustworthy lately, but I think they come out and get the job done here over the Devils. They're in New Jersey. Next up, we got the Sabres over the Leafs. That should be a pretty good matchup. Obviously, not too big a play for me here, but I'd have to back the Sabres, just being the more consistent team lately, and wouldn't be surprised if the Maple Leafs showed up at home here. They always can. Definitely have the talent there on that roster, but again, Sabres just playing the better hockey there, so I'll lay the small price with them there. Could be a spot for the Wild there to start getting right a little bit at home, but I just think they're way overpriced, so I don't think there's any way I could start to back them there. I'd take a small shot on the Blackhawks money line, maybe Blackhawks on the puck line there, but let me see what the price is on that actually. Because I'm seeing -129. Wouldn't want to lay too much juice for that either, so probably mostly just a little small shot on the money line there with the Blackhawks. And I think that mostly does it. Not too much I love other than that.
All right, there you go from El Ninos. Got you through the NHL segment. Now it's time for our parlay purple segment, where a Cabras give a parlay, team, player, prop, game of the future. They make the call here. We go back to El Ninos.
All right, let's take the Red Wings there in the NHL, and then we'll head over to the NBA and go with the Bucks and the Kings.
All right, and mine, the ones that I'll take here, I'm going to go ahead and take Grand Canyon plus the points. I'll take the points here with the Utah Jazz, and I will also go over. I'll also go Wizards plus the 7.5 points. All right, we got you through our parlay purple segment. Now it's time to see what we have for sale over at Tony's Picks for today's action. A lot of NBA, as well as college basketball, NHL on the board. But if you want to get our best bets, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Link in the description will get you over there. You can see our leaderboard showcasing all our top performers there as well, with plays today ready to go for this card here on Tuesday. We'll see what El Ninos has for sale. El Ninos at the top leaderboard over at Tony's Picks. This is all based on $100 unit wager size. El Ninos is now up to 1167 for the year. This is all based on $100 unit wager size. So, El, what do you got for sale?
So far, just one play in the NBA. Again, the Red Wings should probably be a premium play. Probably will be. Might be. Again, trying to stay very disciplined again. So, one play a day started working out for me again, so might just stick to that. But again, really like the Red Wings there too. So I'm going to go check out my best bet in the NBA. Go ahead and grab that. Best way to go is always getting those long-term 2-for-1 capper passes. Pair me up with your favorite capper. And again, if I do end up putting any Steam plays, you'll get those emailed right to you.
That's right, guys. Yeah, with El Nino's over at Tony's Picks. You can see here the results from El Nino's. Great year for 2026 as NBA alley-oop is up on the board. Remember, it is profit guaranteed. That must turn a profit amount purchased will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. Get aboard with Al over at Tony's Picks. Or you may consider that 7-day Al Sports Pass. Get all of El Nino's plays for the next 7 days. Now, with all these sports overlapping, he's in action in hockey, NBA, college hoops. So get on board. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. And, of course, you can also match El Nino's with your favorite capper here with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, I've got a best bet on the board right now. Tony's Pick going to have a 3-pack for you as well. 4 premiums for me on today's card. So go ahead and get signed up. Guys, we're with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. It is the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. We're also looking for cappers. If you'd like to apply, send us an email over on our homepage over at Tony's Picks. And guys, head on over to Tony's Picks YouTube channel, as you'll see a lot of great content up there. Of course, all of our live streams will show up as we go live here for you guys here. Also, our past live streams are up there for you as well. And of course, we've got our compilation videos. My stuff is up there for you right now. We got the props. Of course, Chris is in with his NHL prop hit list up there for you for Tuesday. Our shorts up for you guys as well. And NFL playlist. Only 1 game left. NBA in there, as well as college hoops. Ramon's got a lot of college basketball today. Virginia and Notre Dame. He's got Arkansas, Oklahoma. He's got also the Nebraska game, Purdue, Indiana, Wake Forest, Pitt, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Grand Canyon game in there. We got also Alessandro with his 10 games today from college hoops. That one's up on the board right now, ready to roll with Alessandro. NHL up there for you as well. Ramon does a complete deep dive, as well as Alessandro here with NHL picks. UFC up there when we got the fights. You can see our NHL leaderboard, our NHL playlist with the Alessandro and Ramon contributing to them. Shorts up there as well. Our man Double is coming in with a short today. Clippers in Utah. Of course, we clip our shows. So a lot of great content over on the Tony's YouTube channel. You guys make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Of course, if you want to check out our live shows, just hit the live tab. We got live shows for you guys here from ours. Our show here is up right now. Tony's Picks morning show, Night Moves with Ramon and DeAndre. Complete rundown on the card for today. That's up there, ready for you guys to watch. Look ahead show with Alessandro. Get ahead of the line moves with the look ahead show with Alessandro. Midnight Eastern time, happy hour, Monday through Friday here at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Check it out there as well. So a lot of great content on the Tony's YouTube channel. Of course, Nino's pretty much contributed here on the morning shows.
Yeah, definitely been a lot of morning shows lately. So if you want to check my picks out, make sure you tune in early or catch the replay there later. And yeah, meantime, just also make sure you check out all the other great content we got over at Tony's Picks YouTube channel.
That's right, guys. Check us out here on the Tony's YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Of course, we do have our shorts tab with a lot of shorts up there. You can find clips of the show and shorts from our cappers here over on the YouTube channel. And, of course, the home page is where you want to start. That's where you find a lot of our content there over on the home page over at Tony's Picks. It's a great place to start because you can check all of your favorite playlists here on the channel. All right, guys, here with you here Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Tony's Morning Show. Like, subscribe. Appreciate everybody's comments and your picks in the comments. Don't forget, you're more than welcome to put your picks in the comments. Also, your picks in our videos. We welcome those as well. A shout out to everybody in the chat, like Two Classic, likes Nebraska today. Ron Hahn on his wings. Matt D, tough way to go with the Denver Broncos, but he's on Detroit, Utah, San Jose, Minnesota in the NHL. For Matt D, Ron Hahn, he's on the Michigan State team, Nebraska, and the Pistons there. Good luck to everybody. Bo Dunn, you're going to see Bo Dunn here on our videos and the shorts once the things settle down there in the frozen state of Texas. We'll have contributions from Bo Dunn. We got some Mackey like there. El Ninos reminds me of a young professor. All right. You look like That's a professor, right. El Ninos. You got to get those professor glasses, baby.
Professor X.
Professor X. Oh, there we go. Professor X from El Ninos. Does that make us moochins again? I guess so, right? Silver price. Our man, keep an eye on the silver. Never rise high enough to meet the demand ever. Yep, there's just not enough. I guess we're running out of places to find it. That's probably, or we got to steal. We got to take some property to steal. I don't know. Gamut there. Our man Smacky in there as well. All right, yes. those silvers and gold. People looking for that stuff. Uranium, another one up there that's high on the list from the folks out.
Been hearing buy silver left and right. Definitely missed the boat on that one. A bit more into Bitcoin myself, but
during Y2K, I heard all about the gold. That was big back at Y2K. That was everything was supposed to shut down. Our currency was supposed to, and it turned out it was the right thing to get the gold back. And I'm too late to the party there. I was early in the party. I was early in the party to the tech stocks. I admit that. I grew up during the consumer electronics boom. So I was ahead of that one. I was ahead of the housing crisis, getting houses when they went foreclosed in 2007. But after that, I said, that's it. I'm 2 for 2 in life, big time life decisions. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. I'm not gonna touch crypto. I'm not gonna touch crypto or any of that other stuff or precious metals, And then of course the day trading, I stopped that right away when there was just too much volatility there with folks were moving too much at once. So I just stayed away from that. And of course, but leave it for somebody else. All right, Al Ninas. Any closing thoughts, Al Ninas, before we close it out?
No, just good luck to everyone out there. And we'll see you tomorrow.
That's right, guys. See you guys, cigars. Make it a winning day. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Six Morning Show.